So today is a big day. It's an exciting day. We're going to launch a Bible study in Yetfa here in Sentani, and we're on our way right now. Should be starting in about 30 minutes. So this will be the first Bible study we've done in Yetfa in Sentani. And so along the way over the next several months, you'll get a chance to look at what God's doing through the Bible study, and have a chance to meet some Yetfa people, pray for them, pray for the Bible study, and see what God does through this. So that's just a short glimpse of the first night of the Yetfa Bible study here in Sentani. Now technically we weren't yet studying Scripture. Lord willing, eventually we will get to the newly translated book of Luke. But we started off with studying the Old Testament Bible stories that we translated some time ago. The first night we looked at Genesis chapter 1 and 2 and how God created the heavens and the earth and all that's in them. How He created man and how He created woman and how He put them in a garden, a good garden, and His command to them. And so we ended the Bible study with a memory verse, a Yetfa memory verse. It's Awasal do amnade, kufan farndo yetpi do fade, kasan kafdilanit. And that's Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. And God saw all that He created. He saw that it was very good. And that's our meditation for the week, about God and His creation. And then next week, Lord willing, we will look at Genesis chapter 3. We saw what God did and how what He did was good. And then we see how sin entered. And then we'll follow the Bible stories. We have 11 weeks of Old Testament Bible stories that build up into the coming of Jesus. And then we'll launch into the study of the book of Luke, or at least the life of Christ portions of it. It was about 48%, kind of an overview. It's the translated passages, selected passages through Luke that lead to the cross. Okay, so before we end, I want to take a minute to introduce you to Yetfa Kelaimi. He's one of the members of the translation team, and just a fantastic guy. Let you get to know him a little bit more, and also share with you some ways that you can be praying between now and the next Bible study. Yeah, I want to introduce my friend Yetfa Kelaimi. Yetfa was one of the translators on the Yetfa translation team. Yetfa is married and has 3 kids. His wife's name is Maria. His oldest daughter is Somia. Somia is 5 years old, and Yetfa is hoping that she can start school next year. His second is Yasi, and Yasi is 3. Maria and Yetfa's youngest is McDarren. He's still a little baby and just 10 months old. Yetfa was saved in March of 2014, and he's just got a fantastic testimony. He's been working with the translation team since 2018, but even before that, he helped out in lots of different ways. He's the treasurer for the church in Bias. He leads music and preaches from time to time, and he's helped out on several of our trips into the interior. So please pray for Yosef. He's got so much potential, but like a lot of Yetfa people, he faces significant challenges in pursuing his dreams. Okay, so that's it for this week. We're hoping to each week do a little 5 to 7 minute video showing you different aspects of the ministry here, particularly the Bible study, but also introducing you into more Yetfa people and aspects of their life as well. So like I said, next week we're going to be looking at Genesis chapter 3, particularly the fall and the consequences of the fall. And so just in case you're interested in studying along with us, along with the Yetfa group, have a little closer connection to them and knowing what they're studying, I'll tell you each week what we're studying the next week. So I want to leave you with just a few things to pray for. First, to pray for the Bible study. We'd love to see this develop into a church, a Yetfa speaking church here in Sentani. I don't know if that's what God's got planned in the long term, but right now it's just a really great way to minister to the Yetfa people living here in Sentani. Secondly, I ask you to pray for the translation team. This week and next week, Lord willing, we will finish drafting the last few passages in Luke, so that's so exciting. Of course, there'll still be a lot of work to do in terms of checking the scripture, also editing and other things, but we are really at the end of a major accomplishment. We're so excited what God has done, so pray that we will have the stamina and the wisdom as we wrap this up. And finally, I'd ask you to pray for our visa. We have a 5-year visa to live and work in Indonesia, and that visa will run out in May of this year. We are currently in the process of renewing that visa, so just join us in praying that that process will go well, the visa will be renewed, and we can continue on without disruption in the ministry here. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this and getting to know the Yetfa people and the ministry here just a little bit better, you can click subscribe down below. Feel free to share this with your friends and family, your church, whatever. And thank you for praying for the Yetfa people. See you next time.